What's saying? I got something to tell y'all. You did. I got something to tell y'all. See, you gotta be able to catch this shit. You know? If you ain't able to catch it, shit gonna run right past you. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna see if I can keep it very simple and sweet for y'all. Before I bust it down, I'm gonna let it feel y'all get on it. But you gotta understand who you are. You gotta understand who they think you are. And just pay attention to the game. That's what it all is anyway, it's just a game. You know. But let's talk, Trustee. And by talk, I mean, we finna talk, do you know how to use money? You know, it's just $100. But do you know how to use money? Do you understand how to help your economy? Not even just help your economy, but help yourself. You know. I'm gonna let Fiora get up in here real quick, like, and then we're gonna get to it. Shalom to everybody present. Shalom to the looky-loos, looky-whoos, and look around. You did. We're finna talk in just a second. The way you're supposed to use your Social Security person. The understanding you're supposed to have over your credits, man. That's what it's about, your credits. You understand how to use your credits, you will start using these. When you stop using those, you understand that these are offset obligations. These are just debt notes, alright? These motherfuckers don't mean nothing beyond what you believe they do. And take that understanding all the way around the board, alright? Now, the topic of this live is, let's talk, Trustee. It ain't nothing wrong with you being trustee over the public administered individual, alright? When you were born, you were given what's called a social, which is public, security number, all right? It's social so you can interact or interface with the other entities that are business entities as well, all right? What you have to understand is that your Social Security person is not you, all right? You have never been a number. You were assigned a number. And if you think about it, when you were in school and they assigned you homework, you had a duty and responsibility. Absolutely. You had a duty and responsibility. That duty and responsibility was not to create more debt obligations, but to secure the debt obligations. When you did your homework at school, you complete the assignment and then you turn it in. When you turn the assignment in, you get a grade which goes towards your overall credits. You understand? You reach a certain amount of credits and you graduate school, okay? Now, when you understand how to use these properly, your world changes. These are not meant for you to go out into the public and exchange them for goods. Every single one of these come with a serial number. What you were supposed to do with these were control them. Once you control them, then you're able to convert them. Each one of these are a bond. House insurance, car insurance, business insurance, death insurance, life insurance, funeral insurance, all your insurances. You got enough reasons to have a bond. Okay? But you ain't got to go out there and create your own bonds. At least not from scratch. What you do is you take control of these bonds, these obligations. See, when I ask people what are these, they say that these are $1 bills. However, you can't show me on the face of it, nor on the back of it, nor on the sides of it, anywhere on this instrument that this says $1 bill. Nowhere on this instrument. Go get $1 yourself and prove it to me. Show me anywhere on this instrument where it says bill. Because I can show you in one place, two places. I can show you in 2 places that this is not a bill, but that this is a note. Okay? Now, you've conditioned yourself. Slaves follow other slaves. So you've conditioned yourself to understand this instrument that you fight for, cry for, kill for, steal for. You've conditioned yourself to believe that this is a bill. And the reason you have done so is because you understand, apparently, and to some degree, what's called the bill of exchange. Okay? In order to get goods out of the store, you understand, you think you need to exchange this bill. Okay? The United States government, the Federal Reserve, they issued these out to the public. Not for you to go into the store, beloved. They issued these to the public so that you can take control of them and claim a substantial value to the serial number that's linked to the value. That's why they put these out into the public. The more of these they put into the public, the higher the debt goes. The debt ratio is not because of the rich. It's because of the incompetence of the lower class. We don't understand that we're not supposed to keep these. You're not supposed to hold on to these, not unless you've secured them and you're using the bond numbers to offset obligations. It's the only reason you will be holding these, because in the natural course of business, you would exchange these not for no soda. You would exchange these for some bands and credit. You got to understand, money, funds, stock, capital, all of those are different words to describe a context of the same thing. Money is any medium of exchange. Funds is your capital stock. Stock is your beginning capital. Capital is what you start off with, your availability. What you have at the moment, unencumbered, no liens, it ain't nothing on it. You don't owe this to nobody. Right now, I got capital, okay? I don't owe nobody. So right now, I got capital, okay? Now, I don't go out into the public. I don't go out there into the world and say, hey, let me spend this with y'all and do this with y'all. That's the wrong thing to do. What I would do is I would put this into an investment account through my trust. You understand? Because the trust doesn't have a credit score. So a trust has to secure funding another way, an entirely different way. People that see me on this live right now and see money, okay? Y'all, I'm sorry, y'all will see bills. That's what y'all call these, bills. But because there's so many bills, you'll just say it's money. But you don't understand anything is money if we can agree that we can exchange it between the two of us. Okay? So that means if I got a jet ski and you got 2 dirt bikes and my jet ski is of value to the 2 dirt bikes, we can make a conscious decision and say, I'll trade you that. I'll exchange you that. You dig? You could even say, I'll sell you my jet ski for your 2 dirt bikes. Both of those assets became convertible money. This asset becomes convertible money. And I'm not just making this shit up. You can go to USC 12-411. And as I say before, the one thing that should confuse you all when it come down to these things right here is when you read that section of they little codes and whatnot. It states that you can take the dollar bills down to the Federal Reserve and they can be exchanged dollar for dollar in lawful money. So it has to confuse you. Wait, what can I give you that you can give me back? They took gold and silver out of circulation. They took gold and silver out of circulation so they could secure credit. Credit is what? That's what it is in the hood. Credit is face value. Credit is, look, folks, I ain't got this right now. Let me get what I'm trying to get from you on face, and then later, I'm going to pay it back. Now, if your face good, if your credit good, the lender going to say, shit, run it. You all good. Now, if the lender don't trust you, if he don't know you like that, he going to say, all right, look, bro, I give you what you looking for, but you're going to have to put some interest on it. You understand? I give you what you want, but you're going to have to put some interest on it. You say what the interest is. He say, shit, the interest going to be 5%. So you calculate, let's say it's $100. All right? That calculation, because it's $100, you're going to move the decimal point. All right? So instead of it being 5%, it's going to be 0.05 times 100. And that's how much the interest is. So that's how much you're going to owe him back. All right? And then you say, look, bro, this is called negotiation. You like, damn, G. You like, damn, G. What I'm supposed to do? I ain't got that to give you. All I asked for was for the 100. You say, all right, look, bro. The lender say, all right, look, bro. I'm going to forgive the interest. However, if you late, the interest comes back. And instead of 5%, it's going to be $5 a day. We do this in the hood every day. We do this in the streets. That's what the fuck they doing at the bank. That's why you got to put in the application, because they don't know you. So they got to look at your credit score. Your credit score is a risk score. It's not a determining, it's not a deciding factor, but it does have a determination in what they want to do. They have a right to deny you or reject you. You dig? However, it's going to cost them because they don't understand that you understand who you are. But the only reason you putting them in that position is because you don't understand who you are. So you're applying for your own credit when you should actually be out there investing in the application, the form of money, the exchange of money that you out there signing contracts with. If you got a $250,000 mortgage, you're supposed to accept that deed and return that deed back down to the county. That puts you first. When it comes down to claims, that puts you ahead of the bank. So even if you do default on the mortgage, they can't foreclose. Foreclose is foreclosure because they were or assumed to be the next in line. Foreclosure, they want out of this bad deal with you. They took you to court. They can't take you to court for foreclosure if you superseded their position. You're the next in line as the original creditor to the deal. Look at your deed of trust to your home, beloved. Your deed of trust says that you're the grantee. Look up that word grantee. Grantee holds legal and equitable title. You hold both primary positions. You hold the money position and you hold the lawful position. So before anybody can make a claim, you the first one supposed to get paid. But because you went into these contracts ignorantly, Shalom, beloved, because you went into these contracts ignorantly, because you didn't understand the nature of the game that you was playing, you gave up your fiduciary capacity and they assumed power of authority. You understand what I'm saying? So all you have to do is replicate any assumed or presumed powers of authority, give them their appointment as fiduciary, and make sure that they understand that you understand who you are. Equity does not support a volunteer. Meaning if you don't know your rights, ain't nobody finna say, hey, these are your rights. Shalom, beloved. If you don't know who you are, ain't nobody finna say, hey, you shouldn't be doing that to him. No, let every man work out his own salvation. If you choose to be blind in the middle of the day, that's on you, beloved. You're choosing to be in them curses. You know, the IRS is your best friend. Them people want you to come report your taxes, bro. You dig? They want you. That's why you keep your receipts. That's why you keep the source documents. At the end of the year, you want to, with your receipts, you can prove that you stored however many dollar bills inside of somebody's register. And you asking for your return, investor. You don't understand that you're an investor, though. Investors put their money somewhere in hopes of a greater return later. You dig? That's why your social security person makes a promise to pay on good faith later, because you as trustee, you know how to invest his contracts. When you invest his contracts, you're going to get the principal amount back ASAP. By getting the principal amount back, you get to help your beneficiary, which is the motherfucker who made the promise to pay with the surplus from $1 bill. What is the receipt? The receipt is gonna be the contract, beloved. That's the receipt is always proof, right? Your receipt is always proof. You go to Walmart and you say you bought some goods. They're gonna say, all right, you trying to return it. Trustees are held liable. Not if he doesn't make himself liable. If the trustee separates himself from the principal, the trustee is not liable unless he's held to negligence of the estate, unless he's mixing private and public. You gonna always be the trustee, beloved. What you mean never be the trustee? You always the trustee. Everybody, y'all getting scared into these positions and y'all don't understand them. Y'all getting scared out of these positions and you don't understand them. As trustee, what you think I'm doing with these? You got to understand. You got to understand, big dog. In a living trust, what 3 positions can I hold lawfully? In a living trust, inter vivos, I can be the grantor, the motherfucker who created, the trustee, the motherfucker who worked for it, and the beneficiary, the motherfucker who the shit was set up for. Come on, gang. Y'all letting people scare y'all out of these positions. Somebody must not actually have a trust saying don't. Exactly. It doesn't make sense. Now, if you operating from an irrevocable trust, you still the trustee. The grantor is going to always be the estate. Excuse me, the all capital person, or what I know of to be as the estate. You understand what I'm saying? So he going to always be the grantor. You're going to always work for the trust because everything is for your benefit. You don't need nobody else working for you. You don't need nobody else. I'm sorry. You don't need nobody else managing your shit for you. If you a man, you must understand the definition of the word husband. It's not a man that goes out there and toil for his spoil like we've been conditioned to believe. A husband, husbandry, a husbandman is a man that has management of his agriculture. You understand? It's not going out there and working for finances. It's understanding how to manage and invest your finances. If your family needs doctors, lawyers, consultants of the nature, you have the ability to go to deposit inside of a woman, and in 9 to 10 months, that woman is going to give you a return. Investor, you're the depositor. She's a depository. The depository was set up for the depositor, for the investments of the depositor. The trust of the depositor and depository is that when he puts his money in there, it's safe. Not only is it safe, but there's equitable gain, which means that it can earn interest and gain more money just by sitting in there. Now, put this in the perspective of a woman. A woman is an incubator. No matter what you give her, everything she gives you in return is going to be something greater than what you gave. You give her sperm, she going to give you a living human being. You give her food, she going to give you a meal. You give her a house, she going to make that motherfucker a home. You understand what I'm saying? So everything is transactional. We've been conditioned the wrong way to believe in the wrong things. You understand? Marriage is business, relationship, friendship, workmanship, studyship. Everything is business. Right now, what you're doing is paying attention. What I am doing is spending time with you all. You understand? You dig? You got to learn how to let the paperwork talk. Once you set that legal precedence, once you separate the lawful precedence from the legal presence, It's a ball game, beloved. You understand? You want to be the trustee. You want to be the supreme fiduciary, the first in line, first in time. In the living trust, you have to operate as in that perspective. You dig? Then you have to understand contracts. You have to understand Articles 3 and 4 negotiable instruments. What makes something a negotiable instrument? How is this a negotiable instrument? What separates this from the bill of exchange? What are they exchanging it for? Well, they're sending you paper and they're hoping you send it back in exchange for the for the debit to credit the account. You don't understand a bill, though. You think a bill, you do understand bills of exchange. You understand that in order to get you a soda out the store, you got to exchange this for that. Website was up in the 90s. He said, I ask you this, bro. Hey, I'm just trying to break this shit down to y'all, man. It's because it's very simple. Could you be wrong? No, listen, everybody has the potential and possibility to be wrong. I'm not arrogant to the point to say I don't have mistakes, but I'm not in error with what I'm telling you. I'm not in error at all, brother. So could I be wrong? Of course, the potential is there. I'm not perfect. I don't believe I've spoken any errors thus far. You understand? However, yes, I could be wrong, brother. I could be wrong. I'm not going to sit here and guarantee you anything other than the shit that I've done and what I know. You understand? Then you would reach out and sharpen. That's what I'm doing right now. I ain't charging you for this, Kinfolk. I'm telling you some shit you had to pay for. I'm breaking this shit down. I promise you, I'm painting a picture for you. You understand? Your all capital person, the name on your birth certificate. You speaking facts and you coming humble. The name on your birth certificate, that's the estate, that's the principal, that's the debtor, that's the name that's making the promise every time you go out there and contract. But to secure your contract, to secure that obligation, you pledge what's called a social security number onto that document. But you don't understand that's what you're doing. You're providing a promise to pay, and then you also at the exact same time provide collateral to suffice for the promise. Because who supplied you with the social security number? You didn't come up with it yourself. You didn't fund that number. You did fund that number by your birth, your being alive. You understand? However, that social security card was given to you by someone else. So the obligation of that card, the obligation to that card don't fall on you. Not unless you allow it to. We'll lose it. Not unless you allow it to. And the only way you allow it to is if the if the trustee does not separate himself from the principal. That's the only way that the agent becomes liable. If he doesn't unambiguously make himself distinctively separate from the principal. So if John Henry Doe and John Henry Doe sign a piece of paper together, who's the one that's liable? Who's the one that's not? If John Henry Doe principal and John Henry Doe sign something, who's the one that's liable and who's not? If John Henry Doe principal and John Henry Doe agent signs the document, who's liable? We know now unambiguously without any type of, maybe, possibly, could be, potentially, it's on the principal because the agent is separating himself. If you work for McDonald's and McDonald's fucks something up and McDonald's goes and asks you to represent McDonald's in whatever the case may be, so you don't take the fall, you make sure that you state your representation when you go speak for McDonald's. Hey, look, bro, I ain't write the Bible, right? That's what I tell y'all about the book. I ain't write the Bible. I just represent it. I just speak what's in it. It's not my word, so you got to argue with God. You understand? I'm just a representative, as it tells me in the book, to represent myself as a living sacrifice to him. Now, what we supposed to be doing is getting your estate. You're supposed to get all your credits. They're not supposed to be administering your shit. And you know they administering it because they sent Social Security Administration, sent you a secured credit card so you can go out there and interact with the public. So let's take it like this. I got a secured card. In order to get a secure credit card, you have to put your money onto that card and you get to use your credit and you get to offset your obligations. Okay? So they took your life, your energy. Energy is neither created nor destroyed, right? It's only transferred. You understand? So they took your energy and then they converted it or transferred it or conveyed your energy into faith, into credit. And you know this is true because if you go on the IRS website right now and you go look up when you can retire, they already predicted, like they would in a business plan, how much the business is going to make. They've already predicted what you will make at 60, 65, and 70. You understand? You a business to them, beloved. I'm sorry, you're not a business, but that Social Security person is part of a business, beloved. And you need to get into your trustee capabilities, because when you understand trustee capabilities, that's what you is to your kids. You don't understand that master and servant exist at the exact same time. Could y'all shut a line for me, please? Master and servant exist at the exact same time. Shut a line for me, beloved. I'm finna talk to y'all some more. I'm gonna let this shit loose, but shut a line, fam. Don't just eat me up. Don't just consume the information now. Share that shit. It ain't just for you. I'm out here in the public. Spend that shit. Send that shit. Man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word of the Creator. So that means knowledge is food, beloved. That's why gangs call it feeding you when they go out there and give you knowledge. Well, they say I got some food for you. You understand? Share that line, beloved. I appreciate that. All right, so you need to understand your capabilities as trustee. You gotta start looking at it like this. You and your child, all right? Your child is excuse me. To your child, you are master and servant at the same time. Everything you do is for your kids. Yet your kids do everything you tell them to do in order for what you've done for them to go to them. In order for them to inherit. You got to get into that right there. Inheritance, beloved. All right? Understand who you are through inheritance. Stop all this. You not... Excuse me. If you're going to call yourself a king, if you're going to call yourself a queen, you need to get into the governance of how they actually govern themselves. Not just how they go out there. A bad bitch, a bitch with an ass, a nigga sagging his pants with some money in his pockets, kinfolk. That's not what that is. That's not a king or a queen. You understand? A king or a queen is not somebody that's living in a castle. A king or a queen, if you need... I'm leaving now if you need to hear. Hey, beloved, go on, do your thing, kinfolk. You ain't got to make your announcement. You understand? But just listen. You dig? If it doesn't connect with you, just listen. But a king or a queen is not them individuals that's in that capacity. All right? Christ didn't have, I'm not a bot, no sweat. Christ didn't have all that. And he was a king. You understand? Moses didn't have all that, yet he was a king in Jeshurun. He was the first king over Israel. You understand? So you have to reposition your mind. Go read Exodus 7:1. Understand these words. Pharaoh, every king in Egypt had the term Pharaoh connected to their name. So Pharaoh is just a title. Like priest is just a title. Like pope is just a title. Nebuchadnezzar is just a title. These are just words before the real man's name. You dig what I'm saying? So it was Pharaoh Ramesses. Ramesses was his name. Pharaoh was his title. Go read Exodus 7:1. The Father say, I have made you king. A god over Pharaoh. Pharaoh was the title of a ruler specifically in Egypt. But then if you go look up the definition of the word God, God is a God, ruler, judge, authority, a power. So he said, I've made you sovereign over Pharaoh. Go tell him, let you go. Do you understand? So when you gain the competence that you're sovereign over Pharaoh, you will in your competence demand that he let you go. Demand the revocation of the public estate administration. Because who told Social Security? Your mom and them did. But when did you ever tell them? When did you ever tell them to do all of this and then make you apply for your shit? And then they got you out here drowning in debt. And then you out here, you know how peaceful we'll be as a people if we were financially stable? You know how much debt, how much death would not occur if we had, as I'm talking about us as a people, we're very cool motherfuckers, man. We don't need much. We don't ask for much. You understand? So if you go read Ecclesiastes 7 and 12, we can't say that we got God, and he tells us in his book that wisdom is a defense and money is a defense. So how can you say you've got God in your life and you financially unstable? And I swear on my, I'm sorry, let my yay be yay and my nay be nay, beloved, I am not preaching a prosperity gospel. I ain't got nothing for you but some information. You understand? And with that information, I promise you, you can go out there and fish for as many fish as you want. You dig? But you just got to understand this game, beloved. You got to understand this game, beloved. You feel me? Money is a defense. We don't love money. We just understand what the fuck it'll do for us. You dig? Imagine you out there, it's young boys out here and women before they even, motherfuckers doing this shit before they even struggling now, bro. You know what I'm saying? Hustling, selling dope, selling crack, yada yada, going them ways. That's low barrel of the bucket shit for us as a people. We didn't made that shit so professional to the point where we bragging about it now. Our women prostituting, selling pussy, doing all this shit that they doing, exposing their private parts to the public. That was low class back in the day. You ain't got no fucking class, you out here in the streets like that. God ain't put you out here like that. You understand what I'm saying? You play your piece on the Monopoly board, you can't beat them, so join them. Bullshit. Bullshit. You ever watch the movie Wizard of Oz? The minions, the munchkins, the slaves telling you the wins, the wins, the wins, the wins, the wins. You fuck around and meet, bro, and he's scared of you. He had to join you because he couldn't beat you. And you allowed him to subject you. So come up out of that subjection. You understand? Them roadblocks is all in your mind, beloved. You dig? And then they even tell you in the Wizard of Oz how to defeat the witch, how to defeat the one who got the spell on you. Liquidator. Liquidator. It's an estate. Liquidate the Social Security person. The Bible say your cup gonna overfloweth. Your cup is your trust. When you liquidate your business, where does the liquid pour into? Come on, beloved, I'm trying to talk to you, man. I'm trying to talk to you, man. You understand what I'm saying? It's a game. And yeah, you're right, beloved. This shit is Monopoly. It's a game, beloved. You dig me? But you got to play the game right. When you start playing the game Monopoly, did you bring your own money to the game? Nope. You don't use your private funds to play this public ass game. That's insane. But what you do is you use the Monopoly funds. The motherfucker even start you out with $200. I'm sorry. He even start you out with $200 in credit. And if you so happen to make it around the board to the next tax return, if you so happen to make it around the board, you're going to get some more money. On top of what you've collected throughout the year. Around the board. The board is the year. It's got 4 corners. You got 4 seasons. Come on, beloved. I'm trying to talk to you, man. Absolutely. Status standing. Authority ends logistics executive, but you got to make sure you revocate. You got to make sure you revocate all public administration. I'm giving you the game. That's the key right there. Revocate all public administration. That's all you got to do, gang. Revocate all public administration, but you got to make sure you ready to do that, though. You dig me? Yeah, that Form 56 gonna hit, but you gotta understand what you're doing with that. Remember, the dead can't talk to the dead. Go into the Bible and go into
the rich man and Lazarus, when the rich man and Lazarus died. You feel me? Hell and man. We all in this bitch together, man. Hell and heaven is in the same place, gang. It's a condition. It's a mental state. You dig me? If you go into the bosom of Abraham, you hear the rich man yelling. He yelling, "Hey, Abraham, you think you can get me some water?" So that means, hold on, where Abraham at? I know, bro, it's super deep, yo, but you own it, though, fam. Where Abraham at, they got water, they got light, they got sunshine, they got peace. They resting in peace. But over here where the rich man at, he over here like he torment, but he going crazy, going insane, man. Yo, can I get some water, bro? Now check this out. Next he say, can you tell, bro, when he go back up to warn my people? So apparently the people who don't make the righteous, the good decisions in life, they don't get the return. Why? Because everybody is an investment from God. He deposited your ass into this earth. And if you came out to be a bad investment, why the fuck would he put you back into circulation? That's a man being written out of this earth, Cat. And y'all don't even understand being written out of the earth, meaning you ain't got no more legacy on it. You ain't got nobody else to continue your bloodline, beloved. You ain't having no more sons. Your daughters are going to return another man to the earth. Your daughters don't return you to the earth. Your daughters return somebody else because she's going to carry his seed. But if you ain't got no sons to bear your seeds and put it out there and plant it into the earth, beloved, you gone. That's why when Christ was talking to the priest, he say, "Let who have not sinned cast the first stone." And then he bent down and drawing symbols in the sand till my pain gone, baby. And he looked back up and everybody was gone. Because niggas knew what he meant. I'm going to draw your name, and as soon as you out here, as soon as you do what I just told you you ain't supposed to do, I'm Xing you out. You won't come back to this earth. Since you think you the God of it, you don't belong here. Apparently. You think you the God of this earth rather than a God on it. Psalms 82:6, for I have said ye are gods. Nonetheless, you shall die like men. That means don't get beside yourself, beloved. Little G, not big G. He big G. You're little G. We're little G. You dig what I'm saying? I don't let nobody teach me the book. I let my creator teach me the book. You understand? Motherfucker sit in a pew for 25 years listening to somebody tell life stories. Ain't read out this book. Ain't read the full book the whole 25 years they've been there. I'll be damned. No, I will not be damned. I'm sorry. But anyways, though, you need to learn how to use these, beloved. Slow down now. Slow down now. We with you. We with you. Say it. Pause. Don't get banned. I don't trip on that. I don't even trip on that. I don't trip on that at all. Everything I speak and teach is public information, beloved. I promise you. And on top of that, I'm an entertainer, educator, and informer. You understand? That's why they can't sue 50 Cent for the shit that he say. From a business perspective, he has all rights. On top of that, that man owns his name. So you can't even bring him into a contract unless he has harmed or injured you personally. Fuck your business. You. Remember, the dead can't communicate with the living, beloved. So that Form 56 comes in play because you just created a proxy. You just gave witness, or I'm sorry, you just gave notification of a proxy on behalf of the Social Security person now. That's what the point of that Form 56 was. So now the administrators know, hey, we got to communicate with somebody on behalf of the master filer. All game, man. Messenger, can you please give me an example on how I can get Form 2458, please? Go tell them somebody said you was dead. Go tell them somebody said you was dead. You can only get that form from the IRS, so you got to walk in. Now, the Bible say, Christ said, I will make you fishers of men. In order to be a fisherman, you got to know how to bait. In order to catch your fish, you got to know how to bait. So as a brother, that's a man, this is a man I'm speaking to, beloved, you better learn how to cast your line. When you walk in, that's you casting your line and bait for what you want. I just gave you, I just put the bait on your hook. Somebody said you was dead. Okay, you a woman. Somebody said you were dead, beloved. Somebody said you was dead and you need proper identification as the account holder, name holder from them. But don't do it like a robot. You dig what I'm saying? You're fishing. So you gotta know how to throw it out there, let it sit, and throw it out there as information. Throw some shit out there and see what it do. Don't give them the whole thing. Don't make it seem like you're a know-it-all. You dig what I'm saying? Let them do their job, but guide them. Because you know what you came in for. You know what your intent is. You dig? So rather than tell them how to do their job, just guide them with your intent. Somebody said I was dead. When I went in, they didn't even know about the form. So I had to tell them about the form. I was doing some research online, you know what I'm saying? I hadn't seen y'all got this form right here, but I seen I couldn't print it out. So whoa. She was like, all right, no sweat. Let me print this out for you. And she did it for me. Vital Records. Vital Records is your transfer agent. Your registrar, registered agent. That's who you talk to. You trying to transfer them securities. Y'all understand what I'm saying to y'all, man? My second series is about to end, and I'm finna start announcing. Maybe next week, I'm finna announce my third series. Third series is dealing with tax. Taxes from the living man's perspective and from a trust. If you do not have a trust, you can still file your taxes properly. Did you do an affidavit of trust? I gave the IRS the certificate of my trust. But yeah, how do I get the first and second? We gotta exchange something. I want a certain amount of credits in exchange for that information. The first series is teaching you about a PMA. The reason we started with the PMA is because God owns everything. Before you tell them you own everything, you need to tell them God owns you. And then after you tell them God owns you, you tell them who you are. Dig what I'm saying? And then once you tell them who you are, you make your claim. You make God's claim. That's that. You tell them who you are, and then next, you make God's claim. God's claim is to transfer an assignment. As I've said this before, 95% of the people with a trust who claim they have a trust, if they were to pass today, their trust will still go to probate. Reason being because they have yet to transfer the name and account. Now, when we do my trust series, right, that's the fourth one. I really should do trust first. Before taxes. In all honesty, yes, I should do trust first. That doesn't make sense. It makes sense from an individual perspective, but 2025 finna be real hard for a lot of people not operating in trust. And if you miss the second series and they don't know you operating in either a power of authority capacity or trustee capacity, is making a new IN transfer of our trust to us? Absolutely not. Creating the EIN ain't actually doing nothing, especially if you ain't funded the EIN with $1. Just like the Social Security. Whose obligation is this? Is this my obligation or is it theirs? Whose obligation is this? It's their obligation. So the bond attached to this note, let's just say your mortgage was 450,000, and you attached this bond, this serial number to that note. You just bonded this dollar to that instrument. I just wrapped that shit up for y'all, folks. 1099A to report the contract, 1099C so you can cancel out the dollar bill that you used so it can go out of circulation. Send the dollar bill back to the IRS so they can go ahead and shred it. Ball game. This is how you reduce the public debt, beloved. You're not supposed to use these out here in the public. You're supposed to get these bitches back to the IRS so they can deflate inflation. Do I go to the IRS, or better yet, where do I read to transfer? It's mine, rug, but publication 17, publication 550. Understanding yourself as an individual, as administrator. I don't know what the second shit said. Potato. I just broke that shit to you, man. I just broke that shit. This ain't to do this. This ain't to do this. None of that stupid ass shit. If you doing any of that shit, you proving you stupid. That's full blown proof that you're incompetent. Do I have a Telegram? Yeah, I'm actually finna do something. Man, girl, you better go somewhere. Anyways, it's only for us to get them to cancel the BS they started. It's only for us to get them to cancel the BS they started. I gotta break that saying down, right? 1933, their business went bankrupt. To secure their standing as that business, they collateralized the people. So they came up with House Joint Resolution, Resolution. They came up with a solution. The problem was they didn't have any more money. So since they ain't have any more money, they're utilizing what's called credit. I said credit. Credit. Credit is faith. All right. Change that into the collateral. Yes. But they were able to. Because you got to go back to biblical times. The people pledged themselves for benefits from the king. You dig? So when your moms then went and did public administration, public registration, opposed to at home, witnessing the birth at home, having a birthing plan, having a doula, but the reason you ain't got all these things because you ain't got no money. You know what I'm saying? But you ain't got no money because you don't understand how to use your credit. That's why Revelations 2 and 9 say, I understand thou art rich. Thou art poor, even though thou art rich. So money is really credit according to God. Yeah. Money, no, listen. Money is any medium of exchange. That's what money is. But yes, credit is a form of money. This is a form of money. This is a form of money. This is a form of money. These are a form of money. I am a form of money. You dig? Money is any medium of exchange. That ain't. Anyways, any medium of exchange. You look like you want to say something, but you holding back. Tell us. I'm telling y'all, shit. I'm telling you. It don't matter how long I get on this motherfucker tell y'all. You gotta understand administration. You gotta understand trust, estates and wills. If you don't understand that shit, it gonna always seem like I got something more to tell you. You are the actual worth of any money. Yeah, yeah. And then you prove you got worth or credit or money when you go out there, bitch, and promise to pay somebody. And you know you got the weight, you got the power to pay somebody because you got somebody who gave you an account. And you know how to make them liable to the account. If you don't know how to do these things, then that means you're incompetent. If you're incompetent, you don't understand or know what you're doing. Give me just a second. Oh damn, I ain't gonna. Oh shit, I forgot. Oh shit, I forgot. I totally forgot. I totally forgot. Yeah, I forgot. I totally forgot. Whatever. Yeah. Anyways, man. Um, what else to say? I'm gonna holler at y'all a little bit. Understand because I'm learning and recording. You did. Yeah, no sweat. Hey, I'm gonna put this on YouTube. I'm gonna holler at y'all in a minute. Later. Shalom.